Uh,
Are we?
Hello.
Hello.
think we're live.
Facebook is doing something weird, so it might not be on there. That's what the delay was. It kept saying your stream was deleted on Facebook. So
We started
Sorry?
on time. Oh well, we
Yeah.
tried.
And we have haunted mic issues too. So.
yeah, interesting. Anyways, welcome to the Starfleet Academy first reaction stream for the episode "The Life of the Stars," aka it turns out it's time to do our town.
Yes.
Everyone.
Sometimes you just gotta do our town.
Yeah, and introduce
Grab a
yourself.
ladder.
Yeah.
It's our town, or it's
Everyone want to go around and introduce themselves. That's what
Hello, I'm Joel, and I'm often here on the Tex-Trek things and other chats throughout the YouTube Trekosphere.
Hello, I am Stanley. I am the co-host of The Salon at Salon Trek everywhere but Instagram, where we are at The Salon Trek.
I'm Aaron Harvey. I am currently having a lot of technical problems, apparently. You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky under @GeekFilter, and I was the designer and co-author of Star Trek: The Official Guide to the Animated Series.
And hi, I'm R.C. Byler. I am an avid Star Trek fan and game master at the Actual Play podcast, Masks and Mayhem, along with Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Dramadork884 around the internet, and also play stuff with RC that we record. Everyone want to go around and say what they thought of this episode?
Sure. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this episode. It was amazing, and so it totally makes up. People were like, last week's was slow, and it kind of was, but it was the breather we needed in between 6 and this, the ultimate fruition of trauma, which makes sense because that shouldn't come immediately after the traumatic event. It should come a little bit later. And yeah, I'm just and of course Tilly returns, as you know, we knew she was coming, and it was glorious. That's great. And so I even went down the rabbit hole. I have so far watched the Our Town with Paul Newman as the stage manager and the previous 1955 Our Town where Paul Newman plays George and Frank Sinatra's a stage manager, and it's a musical. For some reason.
Joel showed us clips of that version. It looks very weird.
Frank Sinatra is an interesting soul to be in.
James
Paul
Dean
Newman
was
was,
supposed
like,
to be
apparently-
George,
Yeah.
but he dropped out.
All right,
Which is why Paul Newman is like looking all
Yeah,
over
I
the
was
place
like-
for his lines.
I think he's looking at his cue cards,
Yeah,
to be honest. But
Joel had already said something about him being like a last minute replacement. And I was like, yeah, you can tell he does not have the edit memorized.
yeah. And anyway, then all the callbacks to the Doctor and the wondrousness and Sam, and I just watched it before this again, and I think I dried my face because it's almost too much. I feel I shall glitch out at any moment during the stream. But anyway, what did you think, Stan?
I also loved this episode. I will admit I needed one of my bristle watches that I've suggested for others at a few moments in this episode. I've got some nitpicks around my girl Tarima, because I just want to shake her a little bit and be like, it's not all about you, girl. Listen to Tilly.
But it's brighter. Yeah.
But recognizing that she did go through something horrific, I get it.
But so did everybody else.
Yes. It was, I loved getting Tilly back. I think holding her back for this episode is both a bummer because I love her, but also I totally get it. And like, if it's planned, if Mary Weissman just wants to like come in once in a while, doesn't want to be Tilly all the time anymore, like whatever is going on there, they utilized her perfectly in this episode. I loved that you get a natural sense that she and Captain Ake have interacted, like they know of each other. It did some good world building with Captain Ake becoming the chancellor. Since we're now in the spring semester, she has since become aware of Lieutenant Tilly and what she was doing with the academy. Now that it was great. Like, it was subtle, and I loved what they did with the doctor in this episode, because I've been wondering what's his deal, and I'm glad it wasn't one thing. I'm really glad that they did some good reminders about him and some additional world building. He reminded me of Janet in this episode in one way, and it was with his personal log at the beginning. Like, it never had occurred. I don't think it had occurred to me that for the doctor, 800 years ago is yesterday.
Yes.
So him not, quote, being over the death of his daughter 8 centuries ago makes sense, because for him it can be yesterday, it can be 3 years ago, it can be 5 minutes ago. It was delightful.
Yeah, I think I'd basically mirror what Stan is saying, but also I did try to go through and find a couple things that, like, jokingly said, my relentless optimism can be nightmarish. So it's like I did try to find a couple things where it's like, okay, they could have done this a little bit better and stuff. But overall, I really loved it. I've always wondered if the Doctor, if that family was more of like a holodeck character novel to him, or if he literally felt like they were his family, and now we know. And there's also a call out to Blink of an Eye, which is one of my other favorites. And if you notice, they call the planet Gotana. It actually has a name now, as opposed to just being the weird planet that went very fast, and so did the people who lived there.
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
Well, I love that they named it after
Gotana
that.
Reds.
Like, the guy who helped us escape, we'll call it that.
Yeah. I think he had a ship named after him in Picard too, or something like that, or the woman who died. One of those astronauts did.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Which is cool. Anyway, so yes, I really liked it. It had a couple little pacing issues, but yeah, I very much enjoyed it. And it was sad thing. And when we watched Our Town, I now can't unlink the two. It's like they both kind of buffer each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. So.
And yeah, I feel like I'm kind of echoing what everyone else is saying. Like, I enjoyed the episode overall. I definitely have a few minor nitpicks. I think a lot of them regarding pacing, like Aaron said. But overall, I was really enjoying it. I would say I also had messaged Rachel, just funny enough, like completely unrelated to anything. I had just happened to watch in the blink of an eye right before I started this episode, because I watched that and whichever one. What is it? Living Witness, where the doctor is, where he's
that doctor has to come back. We have to see that version. He has to show up.
So just something about that. I was kind of had the doctor on my mind, so I was watching those 2 episodes, and then I was like, oh right, it's Thursday. I got to make sure I watch the new episode. So, and then I started that. And I messaged Rachel. I said, what are the chances?
That is great, because I did not know you would watch that until you had messaged me about it.
So, but yeah, overall, I did like it.
And rewatching real life is just like, okay, I need to cry more, apparently.
Yeah.
Great.
I was hoping for a throwaway, and then B'Elanna killed my daughter. This is technically her fault.
Yeah.
Technically, it's B'Elanna's fault. Technically.
And
did she introduce the Klingonness to the son? I think she did.
Well, and he doesn't talk about Jeffrey. Apparently, Jeffrey is not.
Screw that kid.
Well, like Worf.
Yeah.
The doctor forgot about his son.
In true Klingon fashion. Worf's fashion, not other Klingons.
I also really love this episode, and was like, I am very much a theater kid. Thought I couldn't relate to Tilly more, and now she's a theater teacher, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, why am I this character? But it's funny, because Our Town is like, it's such a famous play, and in a lot of ways it's done so much that there was like, they're like, we're reading Our Town. When they first said that, I did a laugh, because I was like, of course they're reading Our Town. And by the end of it, I was so on board with how they were using Our Town, and I was like, I was fucking wrong. Yeah, go read Our Town. Like,
I still don't believe that the doctor has never read Our Town. I don't, in that whole time, that's the most unbelievable part of the whole show.
I say I've only heard of it. I have never seen it or read it or anything.
But you're not a phantom being who could absorb it in 800
You're right.
years. So.
I wasn't comparing me to the doctor.
Or are you? Yeah, we don't know that for sure. He could
just stopped consuming after classic operas. He's like, I don't need any 20th century.
I write hollow novels and sing opera. That's all.
Do you think he was like, because it's not doesn't have music? He's like, nah, he would only watch that Frank
Oh, yeah.
Sinatra version.
Yeah.
Which is where that Love and Marriage song comes from, that,
Yeah.
like on Married with Children. It's from that
Yeah.
musical. I did not know that until I watched it.
It would have been great if he was like, I only knew the musical and it was terrible. But this play's actually pretty good.
That'd be great.
I was gonna bring up this is not the only piece of fiction that I've like that really influenced the book Tom Lake, by the way, the audiobook narrated by Meryl Streep. It's like about people reminiscing about like when they did Our Town with like a now famous actor.
Yeah.
And so I like already gone through this thing.
Story within a story within a story.
Into this play. So when I went into this like episode, I was like, I'm weirdly prepared for this.
And also, I don't remember. I was trying to look through my photos and figure out what year it was. I don't remember. It was at STLV, and they all run together at this point. I saw Mary Wiseman and Mary Chieffo do some of Our Town.
Oh, yeah.
What year? I don't remember. Was that last year? I can't remember at all. But
I don't remember that, so I don't think it was last year. Also, I
maybe
don't
it was
think Mary-
the year
I don't-
you weren't there.
Yeah, I don't.
But yeah, it was early in the morning because they had gone to Juilliard together.
Yeah.
So they did like a go back to school play like Our Town
Yeah.
because everyone does it. in-
Also, I don't think Mary
drama
Wiseman
school.
was there last year.
No, you're right. She wasn't. So it couldn't have been last year. But I still can't find my picture. I don't know where it was.
Yeah.
But so that was a weird little thing too. It's like I've heard Mary Wiseman say some of these lines before.
On the other hand, it's such
Out
a
of the blue.
ubiquitous thing. Like, doesn't
It is.
necessarily mean
Every
because,
drama
yeah,
thing.
it's sort of like, it
But
could
it's
just be a
not-
total coincidence.
Well, it must have been the strike year. That's why they were doing that. But
But I know that this has been like,
I
it's
don't know if
been,
it's that.
I think Aaron.
it was
Waltke
really
had-
early in the morning,
Yeah. Oh, but
like on Sunday.
yeah.
Aaron Waltke was saying that this episode has been in production and the discussion far longer than you would think, which is why some of it's like
Yeah.
At one point, I think they were going to try to make the Doctor connected a little bit more to Prodigy. And then as Prodigy was like, sorry, we're going to pull this. And, it's like, so that's when this sort of took a right-hand turn towards real life.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that
No,
means no
it's-
one died horribly from Prodigy.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Sorry, Belle, you gotta go.
Hey,
Sorry,
listen.
Belle.
For all we know, somebody
Zero-
messed with the Doctor's memories again.
Yeah.
It's true.
That is
It could have
true.
been
They
Janeway
can't
again.
do that. Maybe
Zero
Not
could
again.
still be around, right?
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe someone erased his memory of Our Town because he kept relating to the stage manager too much.
That happened to Holly on Red Dwarf. Holly was a computer millions
Our
of years
Town
old at this
specifically?
point. No. He had Lister erase Agatha Christie so he could reread them again for the first time.
Oh.
Oh, I've been there where I wish I could read something for the first time again or see something for the first time again.
You
Just
think
get
that, and
Lister
then if
to erase it.
it depends on what you're
Yeah.
if you're watching something at like a particular poignant time, and then if you did it and watch it later, it might not mean anything to you. It's like I've always wondered about that because it's sort of like
Yeah.
sometimes it's context of what the story is part of or who you're with or whatever.
Yeah.
With my
But yeah,
memory
I would-
issues, I'm waiting for the time where eventually I go to read something. I go, oh, I did read this already.
Yeah.
I've been 30,
I'm already
40
there.
pages in before I figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I was like, this episode's just really good. I don't know what to. I do think it was interesting when they're like trying to tell people about Our Town. Is they're like making it very clear, like, by the way, we're saying Occam's a stage manager. That's a character. We're not just like giving Occam like a role to like.
He's not the
Yeah.
mascot of this play.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think that was my one of my like could have done better. It's like I think they could have done a slightly better job at describing Our Town and what how the characters work and stuff. I think just a little bit more. Because
I mean,
You
I guess
could, but yeah, it's hard when it's kind of
well,
ubiquitous.
but the stage
I get
manager,
it,
you
but-
need to like.
Yeah.
They say later that the
Yeah.
characters inside and outside of the play, but it's like
Yeah.
if you don't know that up until that point, you're like, what? It doesn't
Well,
click 100%.
I was just rewatching the episode right before we got on here. They say that pretty early on, but it's kind of like a more of a background thing. Like Tilly is saying it while we're focused on like it was Caleb or
Yeah.
Tarima,
Oh,
like
okay.
so you could possibly miss it. But I guess
Yeah, they say
in my version of events,
Yeah.
I felt like I followed along just fine, not knowing anything about it. Maybe if I go and see it, then I would be like, oh, never mind. They didn't cover anything that would be useful. It feels right, but I don't know if it is right.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I was saying earlier, like, my only real criticism that comes to mind is I wish, and obviously there's only so much time in a season, but I wish we had gotten just a few more moments between the Doctor and Sam leading up to this, because I felt like we had like one or two, and then we kind of had to fast forward the level of their relationship throughout this episode.
And this was a very trauma heavy episode and like dealing with trauma. So I don't want to see young Sam's trauma, but it was interesting that we see that she has a childhood, and we know that through childhood you learn resilience. I'm curious what about her childhood on Cask taught her these things.
She had a PBS montage of a child running through flowers and stuff like that.
Well,
Hopefully she didn't like get stuck in a fridge, or you just made me think of Punky Brewster for some reason.
Oh no!
Yes, I don't know why.
Cherry, oh no!
I will say the doctor's really taking being a single father to heart, and like no one else is there.
That was one thing I thought. Thought they were setting up the doctor and Aki to raise her, because 15 years is nothing for Aki too.
Right.
So I thought they were setting up for them both, because she was already there. I thought they were both going to stay the 2 weeks in our reality, 17 years there.
I think Jill said something about like what was Aki doing while she was waiting. It took me like a third watch to realize she went back to the academy while they were
I think
doing
she
that.
did, because it was 2 weeks. So
it was 2 weeks. I was like, she went back before them. It took me 3 watches to figure that out though, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was at first I didn't get it. I thought she was just waiting.
That feels like might be on the show and not the show.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah,
I got the sense that she didn't go back to the academy, but that she had dipped out so that the time thing wouldn't impact her.
Yeah,
she's just in the shuttle, like doing her knitting or something.
Because she goes back significant. Like they show a bunch of stuff happen before they show the doctor and her again. Like it gets said, this was the third time I watched it that I realized this. So I got 3 in, but
I wonder if they
she doesn't
through
age. So I don't know why she.
So that's why I thought she would do it, because not because I thought it needs to be heteronormative that she needs a mom. I didn't mean it. It's just like she was already there.
I figured it was that they didn't, just because the idea was for her to grow up in a photonic specific environment and then goes to the academy for her organic experiences.
You pointing out they wouldn't have food or like restrooms is actually a really good point.
Yeah.
That's like...
I think she was on the shuttle, and I think the line that she says about it was 17 years for all of. I think that was her way of saying, for me, it was only 3 days, but I felt the weight of the 17 years as well, because I was so concerned for her. I thought it was allegory, not direct. Yeah. I was there.
I agree.
That's what I thought, because they were there for it was 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks total.
Time.
But since she needs to learn resilience and all that, it's like I wonder if they did like the equivalent of like a holodeck.
They should clear up, because like considering we're having about it. Like
the doctor made Sam play Parisi Square. That's just like Belle. He's a cruel bastard.
I think Rachel can't hear me.
Oh, sorry. What?
No, I was like every time I started, you were like we had that one time, so that's why I was wondering what was going on. No, I just said I wonder if they had some sort of holographic simulation of like, here's trauma, or here's what when a kid's mean to you, or something like that. Like, because that's gonna come up, and if you don't, do that, yes, they're holographic. It's like she's still not gonna have those coping skills.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of Tom Paris holograms that are being annoying, and she learned resilience that way.
Captain Proton.
Let me.
I was say there could be a production aspect of this, of like they just didn't have time to get like extras to play background people.
Yeah.
And it did go over an hour. It was at 1:03, I think so.
And from what
maybe we can make the leap that the doctor created holographic situations for. Maybe not dramatic ones, but like
dramatic ones he wrote in little.
Here's a challenge. Here's how to deal with it.
Yeah. Because otherwise,
my new hollow novel,
growing up all by yourself with one person is going to make you a weirdly adjusted person.
Yeah,
I think there's other photonics around too.
That's just called being homeschooled.
You're going to cry and scream, and then you're going to blow up all the dilithium, and it's just going to be a bad scene.
Yeah, my presumption is there was a decent program running for those 17 years.
Sorry. Sometimes I get stuck in that like technical weeds. Like, my autistic / ADHD brain goes crazy.
I didn't mind this. I understood it, but they were like, to make you comfortable, we've made your home, and it was like, we don't want to spend money, so here's the StarFleet Academy. Like,
I like how it was like desaturated though. That
was
cool.
That it matched the theme and our town really well.
Yeah.
The outside of Cask looked really cool, like getting something strange and new, which is missing from another series sometimes. It was Cask was cool, and getting Chiwetel Ejiofor back was nice. It's gonna be cool if we get him in a physical photonic form in the future.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
It feels like it would be expensive.
Yeah.
For that, but it would be very cool.
The man who came to Star Trek.
Maybe that's like a season 2 thing to get a little more on Cask.
Uncle Chiwetel.
Yeah. I did like that
birth father.
Tilly did not just make the thing, she didn't automatically go, hey, Terima, you have trauma, read Emily, read the dead girl.
Yeah.
She first tried to give it to say Emily.
But when she needed to be abrasive, she was. God, I fucking love Tilly. I have always loved Tilly, and I loved her in this episode, and I loved her calling out Terima's bullshit. Like, because Terima has some legit trauma that she needed to deal with, and I was very thankful in this episode that. Because what was bothering me with Terima was her focus on everybody looks at me like I'm a freak. I'm like, first of all, your inner circle doesn't. Yeah. They are very clearly demonstrating to you that they are excited to see you, that they're not afraid of you. These NPCs back there that we saw at the beginning of the episode don't fucking matter. But then it was like decisions are being made for me. It like there were deeper aspects for it that I thought they did a really good job of coming back around to, and Tilly forcing the issue. Like, I'm here for the applause, bitch. Fuck you. What's going on? What's actually going on, Terima?
Yeah.
I honestly wonder if the people staring at her was more in her head than it was actually happening, because it's like she saved all those people. Yeah, she killed the bad guys, but it's like there's no reason for them to look at her like she killed someone that they loved or something like that. She saved them.
But I think in her head,
it didn't look like it though.
That people are like, in her head, she's like, oh, they're scared of me. And I think it might be more, and this isn't necessarily perfect, people looking at her being like, oh, I hope she's okay. Like, kind of like a more, like.
I mean, the idea, of anyone paying any attention to her in any aspect because of this traumatic and unusual experience.
They would look at anyone from the War College who came to the Academy too, kind of strangely.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did she transfer?
I think,
you can do that. I mean.
Yeah. I think it'd be more realistic if everybody's like, "Oh, how are you? How are you doing?" It's like that does happen, especially like I mean,
even if it's overly
after
fake
my heart transplant, it was just like, please stop talking, just like do something normal. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I could totally see that viewpoint of hers.
We also don't know necessarily how much information necessarily was disseminated to all of the people that weren't directly involved.
That's true.
Like, like they might just have the basics of like, she has some kind of weird ability that saved everybody.
The rumor mill is she achieved godhood and slaughtered everyone. But,
this is where I think
like that guy on Lower Decks.
Kevin Oxbridge.
Yes. There was something missing in this episode, I thought. And like, what happened with Jaden I thought was a little weird. Like,
the cold thing?
Like
I don't
need to not be in that episode. Maybe
I figured, it was just a way to like not have as many cast members the whole time.
Yeah, he's back later too, and I almost wondered. I was like, were they filming one of his like main episodes at the same time or something?
Yeah,
or
like that could be.
They were filming at the AR wall for episode 7 at that time, but the thing that was missing with Terima,
his Klingon family while they were filming part of this episode.
Yeah.
I'll say Darum doesn't have a huge portion in this episode either. Like,
on
a few specific lines.
True.
But the thing that I thought was missing from Terima's bullshit, I'm going to keep brushing her actual trauma aside. Like, I can take it at face value that other people who weren't on the bridge of the Miyazaki through the rumor mill, like, here's this girl that killed some aliens. That's scary. I don't know if I want to be around somebody with those abilities. So I could see her having that issue.
Yeah.
But everybody in her inner circle, including her kind of not, who's to say right now, boyfriend, is really trying. I think instead of having, if Jaden's cold was just an excuse to like get him out of this episode for a couple of days to either film other stuff or a day, I don't know, Jaden would have been the one to be like, I saw what she did on the bridge, and to be standoffish with her at first, to feed into the thing that she's saying she's concerned about. Like, give us as the audience an example of like, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. And so I liked when they got more to like, I've been moved from the war college where my friends were. I've there was just a missing piece, like this. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, no, these people in this class with you right now are all really excited to have you, and you're just not seeing it. It was,
Yeah, well, she can't sleep because of the nightlight. She got stuck.
Well, yeah, it's brighter than it was the first time.
It's brighter, yeah.
I want to
because it means it's working harder, right? It's brighter.
That like a lot of people in Starfleet have killed people. Not many have done it psychically across space by exploding brains. I could understand this eliciting a different response from some people. It's not like she went. It's not like she went. Buffy God mode and like just kung fu'd a bunch of people.
Tarima would like you to meet Kevin Oxbridge. He lives on this little plot of land that. No.
I also really liked that the person they had like finally kind of reach out and like get through to her was her brother.
Yeah.
That he was like, no.
Yeah, as usual, Occam is A-game.
Because I think Occam's a great character, but also like you just have a different relationship with your brother as compared to like these people that you're friends with, but you don't necessarily know as well.
And when your brother's the stage manager,
Also, doesn't put up with her, basically.
Yeah.
I had a few people say, "Oh, everybody just skipped over the Vulcans. Like he died, nobody really talked about it." It's like, well, but he was a war college person. It's like it doesn't make sense for them really.
They did talk about it last
week.
But not like to the level. They're like, oh, it's like Tarima gets all this. I'm like, well, that makes more sense as a
Tarima didn't even. She basically passed out as soon as it happened. Almost. It was like right after it happened, she did that, and then she was in a coma.
It was like I kind of assumed that like at the war college, like they're having like a similar thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they probably don't have Tilly coming to do drama, but like
no, they have Tig Notaro coming over and just like get over it.
I also think that the war college might have like prepared for like the possibility of this better than like Starfleet Academy.
Possibly.
Nothing about their chancellor makes me think he sets anybody up for like dealing with anything.
By prepare, we meant have a lot of tea.
Very specifically.
No, I meant
back and forth, 6 and 12.
A lot of people die. They're just used to it.
Yeah, that's what I basically, Aaron. I think they might have like they're like this is what happens. People die. Like that.
They give them honorary medals posthumously.
And we got to see like there was a funeral for Bobby, and so I think there's probably a lot of that happened there. And I think sometimes people are more understanding of grief over death, despite like grief over like everything went really wrong, but we're still here. And people are like, well,
it's like Tilly's line in this episode. It wasn't your fault, but you already know that. It doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people were saying it's like this should have been last week's episode. But
no,
it's like it's like but and I said, well, that's not how trauma works necessarily. It's like, but it doesn't make good TV. Like it doesn't make sense logically. I'm like, if you're lost, then I don't know what to tell you because it's like,
I think having a breather, that was great.
Also, it makes complete sense for Tarima was severely injured. Tarima's not going to.
She was in a coma for
next episode.
Unless they did like a time skip, and then that would just kind of be.
And we got
cheating.
I think the problems with last episode were not the timing, and any problems with this episode were not where it fell in the calendar. I think one thing that I enjoyed in this episode was seeing some growth from Darum because I was missing from last week. With like when he was talking in the class about like. He was dissecting the play, but he was also saying
his life.
I'm in love with Jaden, and I can't admit it.
And they made me marry someone else, and I didn't want to. And
it doesn't sound anything like the play when they were describing it. It was like this is literally what happened last week.
It's all been our town the whole time, people.
Oh no.
When I started the episode and I saw that it was going to be like, there's going to be theater involved. I had sent a message to Rachel. I said, if they don't take the opportunity to make is this effing play about us meme was a wasted opportunity, and I'm sad that they wasted that opportunity.
What was funny is I recently years ago I made a TikTok using that sound about Voyager and the Hollow novel the Doctor made, and I reposted that 3 days ago, and I was yeah, before I said that, I was like, what's happening?
Arton doesn't care about linear time; it just goes out.
You exist here. In this place.
In our town, exactly.
In our town, yeah.
Would have been the perfect time to bring back Benjamin Sisko and have him talk to Terima.
He just shows up.
Jake's
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry,
And then he
Tilly,
just does
you
a
get out of
Bill-
the way.
And then he just does a Bill Murray of "No one will ever believe you" and disappears.
Terima, who was not there for most of that, goes, "Who was that?"
Yeah.
Ah,
I like our alternate
yes.
version.
And I really like the scene where they with Nala, Tilly, and Reno.
Oh yeah.
I
There was-
like seeing them hang out, but I like seeing that they like the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're very they're doing this because they're concerned about them.
Yeah.
And then they're clearly, and then I love she was they need to she's yeah, some of them are resisting, and then Tilly says understandably, she's I'm not saying she's I'm not blaming anyone for this. And I like that we get to see them be I was oh, they're good teachers.
Yeah.
Even if they're being a hard ass.
I noticed that Jillsville in the chat asked about Klingons being cannibals, and I've been trying to remember. I was I know they killed their gods. Don't they also specifically eat their gods, or am I just making that up in my head?
Just the tasty ones. There was that one. It was gross.
But also, they only eat things that are already alive, so that's not a good
That-
starting point.
I didn't try and figure out what they were referencing, but it felt very much as the when they say oh, Shakespeare's better than the original Klingon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was the end of Hamlet or something.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, when it was what does theater have to do with anything? I wanted Tilly to say, what you don't understand is that for centuries, all we had was theater on starships. So unless you watch Dixon Hill or a Captain
Yeah.
Proton novel, that's all you got.
But,
Year 2 of Starfleet is memorizing Shakespeare.
'cause
Yeah,
it's all
exactly.
Trolls, because they're why would at the academy have a theater class? And I was
Have you watched Star
seen
Trek?
Star Trek? I don't. of
Everyone knows all of it.
That's like a joke in TNG. About,
Yeah. The only thing different about this in TNG is they did a play that's not in the public domain.
Yeah. Basically.
who owns it now? Is it just
I
owned by...
don't. I don't know because Wilder. A state of Wilder.
It's about 10 years away, I think, from the public
Yeah.
domain.
Okay.
Because I think we got 30 this year, right?
That was interesting. That
But no, it's death of the author for that, right? And
Depends
he
on
died
what
in-
country.
Yeah.
And it also depends on their estate, I think, or something.
Yeah.
How they
Oh, yeah.
Well,
negotiate.
it's weird.
I don't know.
Weirdly, the movie of
I
Our
don't
Town
know.
is apparently in the public domain because they didn't renew the thing.
It's also had a dumb ending, so fine.
Also,
It's
they
that-
changed the ending so it thematically makes no sense. But
Oh, yeah, we watched part of the 1940 movie, too, because
Yeah.
it's dumb.
you
It's
know,
all a dream.
You know how they're talking about how this play is about people becoming ghosts, and that's how they realize that the mundane moments are the most important.
Yeah.
They changed the ending so she doesn't die, and then still have his feature. This makes no sense. What are
Yeah,
they
it's like-
talking about?
She doesn't have to worry about it now.
Yeah, they were
And
it was
doesn't,
all a dream.
Did she learn? Yeah, exactly. It was just that was very of the time, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it came out in 1940, so I was like, did they just steal the ending
Right.
of The Wizard of Oz?
This is.
But it works for the Wizard of Oz. It doesn't work
Yeah.
for
Yeah, exactly.
Our Town. I
This
guess
is
they
not
didn't
anything that's critical to the story
Yeah.
plot, but no. And Terima said it's they didn't even understand the star's life cycle. Then it's
Yeah.
actually right at that point at the time that the play took place. Not even when it was definitely when they've written
Oh.
it. They had figured out the whole. They had just created the Hertzsprung-Russell scale or whatever. Where it's they had all the different life stages
Yeah,
of
I
the
was
sun. So it's yeah, you're not
Googling-
quite right, Terima.
Because I watched Our Town last night. They have a line about someone saying his son told him the sun
Millions
is
of-
very far
yeah.
away, and I'm like, wait, so they know something?
Yeah, they know the stars. It took
Yeah.
millions of years to get the light.
Well, I also got the
Yeah, maybe Terima
implication-
just doesn't know what was going
Yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
No,
She's
Well,
from
I
Vegas.
also figured the implication too is that she she like she was just being very glibly matter of fact, whereas she knows what the actual like meaning of the thing is. She just didn't want to engage with it because that would require engaging with what she like I don't know if the others recognized necessarily that this was like a roundabout therapy ploy, but like Terima definitely caught onto it immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when it's like, "Are you ready to play Emily?" She's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Great!" like you seem so excited. Tilly does really great with those sort of things.
I like because some of it was like so obvious what they were doing that the episode is like, no, we're not trying to be subtle. The characters are also like aware, like this is not subtle.
Like it's a weird meta play.
Yeah.
Well, I also really enjoyed when like I forget which character. I mean, they all kind of joined in, but they were like, nobody thinks this is important, and Tilly just very straightforward was just like, Sam thinks it's important. Like just threw that at them, and I thought that was important. Of like, if you can't rally for yourselves, rally for your friend who can't be here.
Yeah, your friend who's dying thinks this is important, you assholes. You will deal with this trauma
through
and with
theater.
that, I've actually got to step out to deal with my dog.
But it's its own little trauma, tiny trauma.
You all have a lovely evening, and should you be so inclined, at Salon Trek at 6:30 p.m. Pacific.
Salon Trek.
I'll put it in the chat
right after we wrap up. I was gonna say, I talked
That'll interfere with our 9-hour conversation afterwards.
Yeah,
they had an after dark last week. I didn't even know until the next day. But
they did.
Oh yeah, go. Oh, you guys did. Go watch. It's hilarious.
I was saying that I always relate to Tilly, but like Sam talks, her going favorite, and I was like, yes, relatable. Like meet Sam and go.
That was the one thing that
it.
irritated me about Tilly. It's like favorite, like because I knew she was going to say it like a half a second before she said it. It's like this would be the stereotypical thing that you wouldn't want. Oh, they wrote it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like
well, it was, but it still worked for me.
And then she.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean exactly. But
like,
also, is she doing theater with the third years, or do they bring her on to do theater specifically for this?
I think she's doing just with these kids.
This. I don't think she's doing only class is theater.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Like, how do they have a third year when it's just the first year of the academy? It's like, no, it's the first year of the campus being opened.
Yeah,
because she was teaching them in Discovery. Remember, she was doing shuttle and so they've been around for a while, a few years.
Yeah, the history is very nebulous as we've discussed in previous episodes. So
I mean, maybe this is maybe the third years that we're having now are former war college people who transferred over, and this is the first first brand new specifically for Starfleet Academy class / generation, whatever you want to call it.
Because those kids in Discovery that she had the shuttle adventure with or whatever,
right?
They were considered Academy. I don't know. They might. Who knows?
Although,
it's all up in the air as far as
was a ruse. It turns out people only have to take theater when they've gone through trauma. So that's like, oh yeah, I took a theater class at the academy. Oh no, what happened?
Theater is statecraft. Remember?
Yeah.
All you little overachievers foam at the mouth over that was a great line.
That was a good line. And can we talk about Terima drunk too?
Yeah.
That was a great scene. Not just because it was
realistically drunk, honestly.
She did. Zoe really nailed a lot of things which people usually overdo to the point of ridiculousness.
And it's like,
especially because she was doing
like when she sat down, she sort of turned around and then sat. That looked so authentic. Yeah. It's like, I think I've probably done. I mean, I didn't realize I looked like that, but I've probably done that.
I think melancholy drunk is really hard to play.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Like it's much easier to be like, just be crazy, like,
or to be the over the top sad drunk character.
I'm so evil. I kill people. I'm no good.
Yeah. Or that.
And we get the name of some Beta Z booze, the Tears of Krasari. So that's always good too. Okay, Rio. I hope you're getting that on the drink menu, but
more equal. Yeah, exactly.
I really like that he was like Caleb's like making me like hurting me won't make you feel better. Incorrect. Like,
I feel fantastic. Yeah. She had some really okay. I wrote down some of the she had a line about how it's like the warm release of hypothermia, which blew my mind. That is so specific. Do you guys even know about that? I don't even know. I'm from Minnesota. I know.
I've never had hypothermia.
I haven't either. But before you die of hypothermia, Your body is using so much energy to keep all the blood away from the outside where it's cold. It's the only way to keep your organs and brain okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, you run out of energy. All the blood rushes to the outside. You become you're hot. The hottest you've ever been in your
People
life.
take their clothes
Yes,
off.
you'll
Yeah.
take off your
Oh,
parka.
okay, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yes, I
You'll
have
you'll
heard of
take
that.
off all your clothes because you won't be cold because you're suddenly so hot and your mind is basically gone.
Yeah.
You're failing. And so that's like, I don't know, such a weird deep cut to being frozen. I don't know. I guess it must be cold on Beta Z too.
Well, we got a Duluth reference last week. So
I know, it's all coming for me.
I assume most planets. It's weird.
Have a
okay.
cold, just like
Most
they have in
planets
North.
have a cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most planets.
Well,
I assume
Navari,
well,
but
they have water and like they do.
I mean,
Yeah.
the polar regions are
Navari,
colder
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have a mountain, if you go up high enough anywhere, it gets
Yeah.
cold.
Right.
Listen, we all know that most planets are both a mono culture and a mono environment.
Climate somehow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all desert, or it's all water, or
Yeah.
it's all photons.
Unless
That's
it's
the
like
other
Ryza.
Star franchise.
Yeah, unless it's like Ryza, where they basically say like, no, we keep the weather like this. We have a thing. Keep Worf away from it, please.
Yeah. There should just be Grumpy Land and Ryza, just for people to be like, we don't like anything. Oh, have a drink, Worf. Okay.
Let other people have a nice vacation, asshole.
The existence of the vacation planet is interesting in a universe that has holodecks pretty readily available everywhere.
I'm sure there are people who are just like, no, I still want real life, even though you can't really
Yeah.
tell the difference.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like, I don't know.
And real,
I mean,
real
RC
Jamaharan is, different.
RC, we have wave pools. People still go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are not a
Those are
one-to-one.
Yeah, those are not commensurate. Like,
At least the holodeck, from everything we've been able to tell, is like a 1.95 to 1 ratio.
Yeah, you can't drive around a wave
0.95,
pool and go, is that pineapple? Yeah, that's the weird thing about Hawaii. Yeah.
Pineapple everywhere.
Yeah.
But it looks weird until you've been to Hawaii. You're like, that's what that looks like? And then, yeah.
Jill, this is my secret. It's because that is my least favorite Star Trek episode. It makes me so mad.
Casual terrorism by Starfleet officers.
Yeah.
It's okay.
and it has.
He feels bad
what's her
about
name
it.
in
Yeah, it's Worf has a
Will-
backstory, so he ruins everyone's vacation. So I'm always mad about it. But okay, it's my least favorite one that's not like overtly like racist or something like that, so I can make jokes and not
Yeah,
be like,
it's
"Ugh," like
But with this episode, I was also kind of thinking again, having watched the 2 episodes of Voyager I did before, like, there are so many worlds, and it's not like critical that we know what happens on all of them, but like, it's been 700 years. What happened to the Doctor from Living Witness? What happened to that planet he was on? What happened to, we actually got the name of the planet. What is it?
Gotana?
Cortana. Like,
They must
just-
be
Gotana
massively,
Reds.
if they survive, they must be massively advanced in the 30
unless they got really into dilithium.
yeah.
They didn't. Well, some of them, but the home planet is still like year 50,000 to them or something, and
Yeah.
it's Warhammer. Oh no!
I'm assuming that they've figured
but-
out some way to like kind of join the rest of the universe or something.
Well,
Yeah.
once they leave the planet, then outside, if
Or they
Well,
figured
they
out some way to
gotta-
stabilize the field
Yeah.
using a deflector array.
Or yeah.
as not
maybe-
as long as they're not like that poor girl who went in the tube slide and got stuck. We always have to
We just drilled out of all our tachyon core. and
Can
just
I?
put it
I
somewhere
want.
else.
I want to be I want to be drunk around Genesis. She seems like such a good friend.
yes.
Like.
Well, somebody mentioned this in the chat too, that it's like take advantage of anybody when they were drunk. There was like you didn't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
Jaden or not Jaden, Darren. Is that right? Yes.
Caleb.
Caleb. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even her, she was just like she could have been mean or she could have been like kind of just pushed her off and she was really sweet and so I think that's a nice change to see in a show.
Everyone
with,
acted
basically young
how they
adults.
should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like that they're saying that like Tareem is a little jealous of what Genesis and Caleb have
have.
going on.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, but Genesis like rocks. Like she's like, I get it. Like I get it.
I definitely get it, but at the same time, like after last week's episode and like their little like I don't know what you want to call it, prank time, like where they were just hanging out, like
Warp
I
slug
could-
time.
warp slug time, like it's at least they've been pretty straightforward that there is not something between them. But from the outside and in a situation where you are insecure, I could see feeling uncertain.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it's, you hang out with Genesis, you're like, oh no, she's a girl's girl, I'm fine. Like,
Yeah.
She would have held Sharima's hair if she was throwing up, but apparently you don't do that in the 32nd century. So good for
Well,
them.
the tears of Chrysalis don't
not
do that
glitter.
to you.
Yeah.
they
You
also
just
wanna
go to the
look, we don't want to see non-glitters throw up. Hi, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
What did you think about this
Yeah,
episode?
I enjoyed it pretty much overall, but I also have like some slightly like meta reasons in enjoying it. Like I was late after getting off work because I was looking for my theater shirt from high school because I did a production of Our Town.
Oh, you're the first one here who's been in our town.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like, man, that immediately, even listening to that play, I was like, I did that probably close to like 30 years ago, and I still feel like I remember those lines from that.
Who did you play?
I don't even remember, because it was kind of like a multicast thing, so we did a couple different roles.
Oh, interesting. Like,
Okay.
Like when you say multicast, like a couple people like were playing the stage manager, and they would each take a turn.
Yeah,
going
we were
on?
we were like rotating out.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
different
that sounds so
performances,
confusing.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like for the audience, maybe
Yeah.
even for the players.
Okay, I'm the other stage
Wait,
manager
sorry.
playing the chaplain,
Well, okay.
but no.
Sorry. What I'm saying, like, were you like taking turns each taking a performance, or were you like on at the same
Yeah.
episode?
No, it was per
Yeah.
night. Like that's why I
Per
was like,
night.
we did like
That's
one.
okay. That's
okay.
actually
It
really
wasn't for the whole
common.
performance. It was
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Actually
okay.
really common in like high school theater is like if you have an understudy, you give the understudy a performance basically.
hmm
Because like if you're just doing it for a weekend, this poor kid is like also learned this role.
We did a thing
Yeah.
like that same year because I think that was like our written play. The same year we did like Clue, and it was like 3 cast, 4 nights, 4 endings or something. You do the math, and like that was the whole like
That's
thing.
fun.
That's fun. Now yeah, we were talking about like who was the most and least familiar with our town, and we have most. I've actually made
Yes.
it. Like
Look familiar?
yeah, did you do it with no set? Like
Did you
no,
do the
yeah.
musical
No,
version, I hope?
Yeah.
The minimalist thing and everything, I was like, oh, they're going all there. Like
Yeah.
we did the same thing. It was basically just like we wore even like I
We-
think like black shirts. Like we
Mhm.
just didn't like have like
we
it was very minimalist.
we went through a rabbit hole of discovering weird versions of our town. So we'll have to talk about that earlier. We'll have to tell you about it.
It's something.
There's the
Frank
anime art
Sinatra.
town.
Yeah.
Well, normally with like plots like this, like I'm kind of like, okay, where is the draw? But for like Our Town, like I immediately knew where they were going. Like it was kind of
Yeah,
like because you
it
have the
wasn't
whole
a
thing of, like, oh,
secret.
character discovers
Yeah.
pieces of media.
Yep.
How's it gonna play out?
Yeah. It's like
It's like even if you haven't seen Our Town, you get that kind of like there's like a cultural memory
Yeah,
almost
there-
of like
yeah.
what it's about. It's like
I do think because typically like Sam chose to play. Do you think like Sam was like I want to do our town until he was like yes.
I just find it funny of like because it does that Star Trek
Yeah.
thing of like because I mean Our Town isn't like a super modern play. And it's just, so it's
No.
one of those things where it's like, oh, Star Trek's pulling from things, and she went through all apparent theater
Yeah.
of everything,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm gonna choose Our Town of all theater.
Yeah.
like,
Well, you know what's interesting is like usually they do that because they want to do something in public domain. Our town is not in the public domain.
No.
Like it's
Old,
not
but
that
yeah.
old. Like
yeah,
maybe it's not the public domain, but it's something that Paramount owns or something that may be related.
I mean it's
I doubt
done,
it.
It's done so much regionally that I can't imagine the rights are very expensive.
Okay.
Especially I know
Yeah. How many
in
like
the Northeast
like
specifically.
scripts,
Rights-
whatever you call those, do they sell a year? Oh my
Yeah.
god, it must be.
Rights for the play are managed by the Thornton Wilder Family Trust, with licensing handled by Concord Theatricals. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying.
I have
I saw
no
that
idea.
name come up when I was trying to figure out if
Links
how
in
long.
the
Yeah, I have no idea who in that family because he didn't have any children. So
cousins.
I still haven't gotten a
Maybe.
clear answer. I was trying to look online. That's where I saw that earlier. For when it goes into the public domain, because
Oh,
it's made before the changeover to the author's life plus 95 years. But
Oh, interesting.
so I don't know exactly how that works.
I don't know.
Theoretically, we'd be coming up on it because the old one was 70 years from publication date. So
But
Yeah.
next older
which means we
one-
would have already hit public domain, so
Yeah.
it must be the 95 years
Yeah.
plus. If that's the case, though, we're not going to hit that till 20
34
s-
is what they're showing.
Oh,
Well,
because he
it's
died in
still old enough
1975.
That basically,
That's,
Oh.
yeah, it's old enough. Now
it's that pull from the thing of
now
like
we're just trying to
Star
figure out
Trek.
public domain law. Like,
Star Trek
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
like pull from media generally past when Star Trek happened. So like when
Yeah.
the
Right.
original series started,
Yeah.
it's like
This is
anything prior to 1966,
yeah.
we'll say we can pull from.
Mhm.
Sure.
I mean, this is 38 is like that's a little close to the 60s comparatively, where they're usually doing like Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't even think this was on purpose, but that the episode this is like is kind of a sequel to is Come Let's Away, which is like a Shakespeare reference. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. It's like two play references.
I also see there's like 2019 that some part of it was in the public domain or something.
There's like a
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. Sorry, somebody thought it would be, and then
Yeah.
they said no. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
people
like
are
I
also
said,
confused.
weirdly the movie
Yeah.
is, but
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
a whole weirdness of you can do that, but
yeah.
Well, that's why like this whole thing of like separately, like when you look at like say the movies and TV series. The TV series generally with media typically doesn't go past when the first series of Star Trek happened, but yet in like the movies, it's like, oh, we'll play Sabotage.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those things of like,
we'll play Magic
yeah.
Carpet while we're flying to the like.
Yeah.
I think that more has to do with budget for movies versus shows.
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
And also, like, what company owns what at the time to get
Yeah.
easier licensing deals.
Yeah,
Interestingly,
when you said series, I'm like, oh no, there's an Our Town the series. Like, no, don't do that. That's
There was an
Oh,
Our
that's-
Town
that's the
animated
first- that's
Saturday
the-
morning kids show for no, there wasn't.
Our Town, the series, is the first thing I'm doing when it hits public domain.
Oh yeah.
Our Town the
Well,
animated
don't
series.
you know there was
Name
there
it
was
like High
Our
School
Town, there was
Musical,
Our
the
Town, the
musical
Next Generation,
Yeah.
there was our Town, Deep Space, Alaska.
Our city,
Yeah.
that one failed, but yeah. Cast was too big, it was too expensive.
They go back to the like before the town was just founded. That was the
yeah,
Yeah, that's
They just
that's
called
Our
it
Town.
Our
That's
Town.
Our Town Origins.
yeah. Jonathan Archer.
But besides the
And
Our Town
more
stuff, I
and
did
more-
appreciate just like
it's
the
really
doctor.
complicated when they have that graveyard thing and they just have to get the cast to like keep coming back.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So, what were you saying, Jason?
Well, besides the Our Town stuff, because that was what got me like a hook. I was kind of like hit hard emotionally, like second-handedly, because like that the Our Town was the most a nostalgic hit, whereas the Doctor stuff, like being equal to like or just stuff in that emotional side, that was the emotional hit that I was not really entirely expecting. I mean, I felt the
Yeah,
setup,
we weren't.
but then I was just like, okay. That was-
Unexpected Bell re-trauma for us.
Yeah, that like
Yeah.
where that
Well-
that was not where I thought
Wow.
it would go at all.
I did not see it
Didn't
going
think
that
that was
direction
coming.
either.
I thought it was going to, and I like that they went so specific because it's like
Does
you
it-
see Sam as the daughter, but I thought it was just going to be like I've seen so many people die, and it's like no, I
Yeah.
watched my daughter die. Like,
And I was unable to help her.
yeah,
Also, Belle is the most '90s looking child. If you look at her, it's like she's
Yeah, I rewatched that
Everything
episode
is
too. She died.
yeah. It's like
But
it was
but,
like
I mean,
watching
I said,
Growing Pains.
Where's my ion mallet?
Yeah.
At some
I-
point, she's annoying, but
but
then she gets dead. And
I
she's
said earlier that like I just felt like we needed one or two more scenes in the preceding episodes to set up
with
the
ion
Doctor.
mallets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that too, of course, obviously. They should be integrated into that game that they all played.
Parisi Square.
Parisi Squares, apparently a game that
I meant the
That
game.
killed Belle.
I meant the game
Killed
with the
Belle.
mascots, but
A
oh
little behind the
That's a
magic,
wussy
like,
game. You can't even die playing that. Unlike
went down
Parisi
the rabbit
Square.
hole of trying to figure out how to play Parisi Square last night.
But
Yeah,
like,
what it looks like. And...
I only want those extra scenes to build up towards that because this is going to radically alter their relationship going
Yeah.
forward. And I'm very interested. Like, I'm excited to see it because it's going to be a cool
Yeah.
connection.
We have two characters that are now completely, well, not completely, but very changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Doctor
in relation
and
to each
Sam.
other. I mean, I highly doubt that the Doctor is going to be that different. I don't think 17
I think
years.
he'll be
is
a
gonna-
little,
Yeah.
but 17 years of love, which he has denied himself for
That's true.
800.
Okay.
That
Might
is
suddenly come back
growth
as like a-
he has not had.
I get what
He's
you're
gonna be in a
saying,
really good
RC,
mood.
but I think the point is also we've been saying that the Doctor's been avoiding her.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
So, like, they have some scenes, and then, like, they have, like, the episode, and then in Series Acclamation Mill, they have him being like, I'm disappointed, and you're like, but yeah, that he's been trying to be emotionally distant. So I think
I hope he
that's
taught her
the
too.
point.
Maybe 12 drinks at once is too much.
Too much.
Well, it was interesting because they somebody said that it's like, oh, it doesn't seem realistic the Doctor would just be that like always off-putting or whatever, like about people who died or whatever. It's like, but if you go back and watch some of those earlier episodes and even like in real life, he yells at Tom Paris for being reckless. I mean, it's like he treats him pretty badly. So it's like that's the same type of reaction,
Yeah.
just slightly different towards Sam. So it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But I think if Aki had gone there, like both come back, it would be long enough for her to be like, I don't remember how to do any of this stuff. He was like, how do you turn the computer on or whatever? It's like, so I think it's good that she didn't disappear
that's
for.
true. I don't.
That would be.
I'm
Can you imagine
maybe
being gone for 17 years and coming back to your job and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Lanthanites
You
do it
know
all the time.
what? To
Well,
be
that's true,
fair,
yeah.
I like when I came back. I took like a bunch of PTO at Christmas because I had a bunch, and then I came
2
back.
weeks
and
and you're
went-
like, I have no memory of
I
this
was like, I
position.
don't. Someone asked me to do something I do all the time, and I went, oh my god, where's that process document?
It's the passwords too. You're like, I don't remember
I
the
don't know.
password.
Like,
So speaking of that, though, I did appreciate how they had Aki and the Doctor specifically because they could
Yeah.
both bond in that way of like time and all that time in like
Yeah.
life and seeing people pass and everything just from the amount of
yeah.
time that you're
And
living.
they've also like both specifically lost a child.
Yeah,
And there was a little more building with Aki too about her kid because she
Yeah.
she says too that she too has not allowed herself to love, It's presumably
how
after
long-
the death of her child.
I wonder how long Aki and the Doctor have known each other.
I don't know. I can
They
definitely-
probably met pre-burn
yeah,
just because
I-
Starfleet,
Yeah.
And I could definitely see them being like,
and then post-burn probably
yeah,
if they were near each other. I mean, they might have been distant at first,
Right.
like
physically,
I could definitely
but-
see them being people who like just periodically ran into each other.
and they would
I've-
remember because she's one of the few people who could have an experience like the Doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not mission critical, but I would love to get a bit more information about like what the Doctor's been up to in the intervening time.
Yes,
Like-
like a hollow novel, My Adventures by
Yeah.
the
Does
Doctor.
he do that still? The question is,
Yeah.
like, does he?
That,
write-
yeah, I mean, yeah, there's-
Better.
Has he published
He's the-
anything recently?
he does opera at least still.
Yeah.
You know what that information that Aaron, was it you that said Aaron Waukee said like this was like in development for like a long time and originally with like
Yeah.
had Prodigy stuff. That I wonder if maybe they were like not going into it because they didn't want to like step on Prodigy's toes
Sure.
before everything happened.
Yeah.
So they're like,
But there's even still, even if they wanted to
Yeah.
skip Prodigy, there's a lot of time in between. Yeah, in between when all of those kids would have presumably
Yeah.
grown up and
Yeah,
you know,
'cause
yeah.
He does
moved
mention
on.
them though, right? At one point.
At the beginning, yeah.
I think
Early in the
yeah.
series? Okay.
I think Sam mentions
Yeah.
them to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She names them, yeah. Most of them. I think there's one that wasn't.
There's enough time
Yeah,
frame. that they
Jacob
could
Pog
mention
was
some
not mentioned,
shenanigans.
which was, remember that was the biggest, like, why no Jacob Pog?
They did the typical Star Trek thing, is essentially they name drop stuff that we've seen in the show without filling in any historical
Yeah.
gaps. Like, just
we call it the
basically
Beta
all
canon,
of
take it
Easter
away.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have like the wall of Easter eggs, which is like literally no one on that wall is somebody you don't know. It's just like that's
Except for the
only people
staff
that-
members who are up there.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
But
they
that's
still-
normal. You should do that.
Yeah.
You should put your, yeah.
I
People
just,
who
like,
work.
there needed to be a couple names that we did like. Who the hell is that? Or something like that. Then you could at least go back and you could do a backstory for that character or something if you really wanted to. But now there's just like
Yeah.
Do backstory for the staff member characters.
Yeah, because those
Yeah,
are
that's true.
characters.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
Yes,
what I'm hoping,
Admiral
we
Lucy
kinda get
Arnaz.
something, because you can make
Yeah.
stuff up in that intervening gap, and then you can always
Yeah.
leave it. Like the doctor can be like, I once served aboard this medical ship, blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
then
It was in a birth
I
class.
didn't like the captain there. We didn't agree. Like even something like that, you don't even have
Yeah.
to specifically name drop. It's
That would be
just
cool.
Exactly.
something he did
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
between like that
Ex-
gap.
Ban something that's not something we didn't see on Voyager.
Presumably, he has had some interesting interactions that were
Roger.
not just people dying. Presumably, he met
Yeah.
more people. No, presumably, also not even that. Like, he met more people. And those people
Yeah.
have also died, but, like, he's met them. He had
Yeah.
other
you
experiences.
just didn't love them like Bell. Yeah, which I get.
Yeah.
Well, because time wise, you feel like, especially with something that's that old, and like he does remember them, and just like Aki,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's that pull that's kind of weird, because it would be like me like meeting somebody new and being like, yeah, I knew this kid when I was like 3, and it's like not relevant to me being in my 40s at all.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things like in comparison that you see. Of like, oh, this is people. Did you meet anyone else between like when you were 3 and your current age? Like,
No.
It's a little different though, because I think Lanthanites are like humans. Like time,
Yeah.
things fade, they heal. They're like the dead in our town. They
Yeah.
slowly forget, and they feel better when it's up in the
That
air.
makes
Because
sense.
the dead in our town are kind of, it's kind of
Creepy as
like,
shit. Like,
it's kind of like cosmic horror. They just sit
Yeah.
and wait for the stars to be right, and then Cthulhu rises and kills them all. But that's
Wait.
undersaid. But the good productions put that in at the end with a
It is.
monster. But
they do
anyway,
It's crazy how
I-
their life is that you could get anything more boring than their town already was. It's just
Yeah.
laying in the cemetery.
oh look, the stars are out.
Yeah.
And the weird accent in that 2003 one. I don't know what that accent. But anyway, let's get away from the accent.
Sorry.
I'll start doing it again. But the Doctor's digital memory means he's the opposite of the dead in our town.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
anything not erased by Janeway, he remembers just like it happened.
It feels like I've read stuff that people with an eidetic memory or a photographic memory,
Yeah.
like when they experience trauma, it's like worse because they can't,
Yes.
like the memory
And that-
can't fade.
And that's actually something that happens to regular people, because when you're extremely anxious, all that adrenaline drops.
Yeah.
Your brain records memories like crazy, better than any other day. That's like that Tuesday that nothing happened 3 years ago. You have no memory of
Yeah.
that traumatic event. You might have in detail because your brain records things because you might need
Yeah.
this information to
Well,
live
yeah, my-
later. I think is
yeah.
the evolutionary.
Yeah, my brain
Yeah.
went through
But-
that with the. I don't know if I actually talked about this like on stream, but the thing that happened with my parents' dog, he's okay now. Like,
Yes,
but he
But
really,
traumatic.
really hurt himself, and like
and there was blood.
There was blood, and it was
Yeah.
very bad.
It sounds scary.
Yeah, my memory has. Can I get rid of that? I don't want it. Like,
Not really.
yeah,
There's some sort of
Well,
study.
talk
that
to
says,
Janeway. She's known for erasing things, but
yeah,
Like if you have
well,
a
that
traumatic
does
event.
actually make sense, because that's in
Yeah.
terms of like passing. Like I can still very much like remember like my mom's passing when I was 6 years old, and it's
Yeah.
like I can remember like a little tiny bit of details right up until that their funeral, and then it fades after that again.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of like
They're saying if like if you have a traumatic event, that's like basically this person was like, "Oh, I got robbed." And it's like, "Quick, play Tetris," and they're like, "What?" It's like
Yeah.
if you within a half hour do something like that, play a game or something, it sort of does something to like recontextualize, like it compresses and kind of disperses the grief somehow. I don't know exactly how, but they're still figuring it out by studying.
or if you give people opiate painkillers, it has the same effect. It's
Well,
true.
Fascinating.
If you had a
just give
traumatic event, you were in a terrible something happened. If they give you painkillers,
Yeah,
it makes
And they
it not as bad later because you don't remember. It doesn't.
interesting.
Meanwhile, they just want to put a
Don't
trauma
try it at
blanket
home,
over you.
kids.
That's not
I'm
what
just
I want.
saying.
I was to say,
I do not
post about
endorse
him.
this
Thomas is
as
okay.
a scientific method.
Yeah,
I'm honestly
No,
surprised
I-
the doctor hasn't created some sort of like algorithm to make his memories fade, where he can come back and get them if he needs them, but just
Maybe he got sick of playing with
daily-
himself in regards to
that's
his
true.
programming. Like, because Voyager, it never worked out, right?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we also saw what happened with
Maybe.
Sam at the beginning of this series. Like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
it's a risky
Maybe it's better
endeavor.
Yeah.
It's like doing self-brain
Never mind.
surgery. It's a really risky endeavor.
Yeah.
Um, or even letting your friend do brain surgery, still a risky endeavor.
Or
Um,
when Bellata is like hacks him, so it's like, hey, will you do like medical stuff that like you already said you didn't want to do? What if I just changed your mind about it?
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah.
Well, so speaking
Oh, we're getting into a lot of
I'm kinda
free
worried
will
that,
territory here.
him being on cask would basically like alter like the builders like perception in the worst way, because in this kind of thing, it's like, oh, you spent all this time with humans, we're scanning you now, we have all these things of like, your experience with humans. Wow, that's really bad. Like, we don't
Well, not just humans, organics,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But we do get that world building that the photonics on cask were not made by humans, because it was unclear at first. But yeah, they're an old
I kinda
some other
figured they
race.
weren't.
I figured, but we didn't know at first in the first mention. So.
I want to know what happened to the creepy androids that from Tears of Mars or whatever.
I also like that the
Creepy androids, you
creator-
gotta, yeah, it's you
like-
said that. It's like, there's so many.
He was still like cold, but I liked he took a like slightly less antagonistic role in this compared
Yes.
to Serious Acclamation Mill. And then like he like comes back and he was like clearly, and she's like, "Do you see this?" And he was like, "Oh, let me clarify. It's not that I don't want to. It's that like I can't. Like
Yeah,
that. I was like I am sad I cannot do this. Like
I'm a coward. Yeah.
yeah. Oh no, the creator.
Was that the wrong? Am I
I think
conflating
it
it?
was the doctor said I'm a coward. But no, it was that they literally
Oh yeah,
couldn't
okay, I got
figure
it
out-
confused. Yeah.
because they didn't understand the like you learn
Yeah.
how to deal with like trauma through
Right.
childhood. He was like, I don't know how to fix this because like she's changed so much that like she's beyond like what we know.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like interesting because that gives her. I mean, they're calling her like the emissary, but it basically ends up giving her like an Odo endgame in that way. Like she's got to go
When she's
back
going
there
to
at
come
some
back
point,
and
Yeah.
reintegrate.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has the she's I also put that in my notes. She's like the dead in our town, but because she dies, they say she's terminated.
Right.
They bring
That's what I
back a version of her and let the doctor raise her. So she
Is it still her then?
Well, they said she
Kinda.
also is going to have her memory of her
Yeah.
209
Yeah.
days.
Right.
So she's going to remember
But
all her
that
current
means-
stuff.
Whatever.
she gets to do what the dead in our town do. But since she's doing it through rebirth, it counts. She gets to continue to do it. She gets to go back to life. She gets to go on. She doesn't just to go look at the one day and then get really sad and be like, I can't look hard enough. And so that I thought that was a really interesting way to play that too, because the speeches at the end of our town are sort of like the iconic thing again, but like
Yeah.
thinking about the dead in our town, they're very odd. And
And the speeches at the end of our time, is that what they were all doing in the circle
Yes.
towards the end when
Yeah.
Jamie came back?
that's what you've heard previously. If you've ever heard
Yeah.
anything from our town, it's those speeches, because those are like.
Because otherwise, there's nothing interesting here. Really.
Yeah, because at the beginning it's like, yeah, she's got more sunflowers in her garden than Tilly across the street, and
I mean, that's the point.
Oh,
It's like,
look at
those
the
are
Oh,
moon.
you
those.
said- yes, that
those,
was the point of
right,
our town
yeah.
is that like
Slice of
those
life,
those
very-
yeah, those lives seem very mundane. I also will defend that our town is a play from the 30s that a
Yeah.
lot of plays are very derivative of and suffers from the so many things are derivative of this thing. This thing now seems derivative.
it's the Velvet Underground /
Yeah.
Ramones syndrome. Yeah.
You know, Jane Austen copying Clueless. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's also, like, everything of like that time. If you think of like what's going on in the world, it's kind of like
Yeah.
what we see now. Like if we go say another 50 years from now, and everybody looks back at like media from now and be like, "Wow, everyone was really obsessed with AI." Like,
Yeah.
and it's just one of those things of like because it's in all of our media right now, and
I'm gonna go back to my rock cave
yeah.
since that's all we have left now.
I also I think a lot of our town is colored for the fact it was ridden at the tail end of the Great Depression as World War II's like picking at speed. Like
Yeah.
it was just a very interesting time. Like they do
Looking
say-
back right before World War One.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
So
that's
that
the,
was-
like there's a nostalgic sort of
do
like, oh, I wish I could
say-
live now.
Yeah.
I don't remember who says it. Somewhere in this episode, someone said this play was written when they were on the brink of war.
I think Tarima says at the beginning
Yeah.
when she's talking about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when she's talking about the star thing. Also, I
Yeah.
misread Brian's comment there and read Sam pulls a Glock after Genesis Planet. I was like, what?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I I also think now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that during the Great Depression is probably part of the reason that like the idea of doing something that required no set
Yeah.
is appealing. 'Cause you can do it pretty inexpensively.
Hey, that was also
lots of
useful in World War II when all of your resources were going to war.
Yeah, that's also true. Like
I wonder, is it that considered like the first play about nostalgia in some ways? I wonder.
Yeah, the Greeks
I
probably
don't
had one.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was
Well,
gonna
yeah,
say,
they
I'm
did,
sure
but it's like-
It's
but I mean,
theater. The
modern-
Greeks did it
Yeah.
first. I
Modern
mean,
theater,
that's the
I
way
mean.
it is.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There's
20th
probably some
century
nostalgic
for-
aspects to Shakespeare stuff if
Yeah,
we
but
just
I
don't know
feel
enough about
like-
that time frame, or I don't at least.
Yeah.
I guess I'm thinking of like what we think of nostalgia in the 21st
Yeah.
century, or 20th
Yeah.
century.
Well, I think it's kind of odd for like nostalgia now because a lot of our like when you look at like eras of time and when like media stuff is written now, we don't even really have decades anymore. Like we kind of condense
Yeah.
everything down to years, so everything kind of mushes together. Whereas
Yeah.
there, it's very specifically defined. Oh, you came out of the Roaring '20s and into this, depression
Yeah.
era. Where now it's kind of like, oh yeah, like there was a pandemic that happened like 6 years ago, but it feels like it was 75. Like,
Or
it's
two.
kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Well,
also,
in
got
some ways,
the-
it's going
so
to
it
be
feels
like
it
the
was 75 years ago, but also yesterday. So it's kind of like,
And then there's
We're
also
gonna
the
get a
fact
little
that
bit
like,
of
sorry, Aaron.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I say we also are going to have a little bit of what the Doctor feels like because everything's recorded and we don't forget anything. It's sort of like so
Yeah.
now like I don't have anything a lot of stuff from when I was a kid in the '80s, but people who are born now are going to have like every moment of their life documented, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's what my living room looked like, and that's what it looked like a month later, and just because there's going to be so many photos and stuff. So I feel like nostalgia is going to be different.
And I was just gonna say that like with the rise of like not I would say definitely the recording aspect, but also like the rise of like fast fashion and things like that. Whereas
Oh, yeah.
like you're not gonna have the reason you're not gonna have definitive decades is because your fashion trends are changing multiple times a year,
Yeah.
as opposed to having like more overarching periods that can be.
Yet we don't look
condensed into
dramatically different than
decades.
we did like in 2010, which is
Yeah.
weird.
The kids
I
have
don't know, I-
broccoli
I-
haircuts now.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I see a lot of people posting like this is me when I was in high school or in 2010. It's like the camera quality's gotten better and everyone's gotten a lot better at like self-care, maintenance, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like everyone's styling themselves in a more direct way. So that's also been an interesting
also part
trend.
of it is like because it's so much cheaper, but also because they make the clothes so cheap, so you don't end up keeping them the same way that you used to.
You can't.
Listen, I can't get into all the problems of capitalism in the stream. I don't have to.
and then we have that in a reflection in Star Trek where they change their uniforms like constantly now.
Yeah.
But they can, because it's post-scarcity replicating.
Yeah.
To be fair,
It's all poop.
To be fair, they kind of did that in the '90s too. They have new uniforms in Deep Space Nine, and then they get new uniforms in the movies. And then
Well, it's also funny when they have
It's-
like a combo of uniforms in the
Yeah.
same episode or the same movie.
Well,
Lucky
you'll still see people in the
Generations.
background,
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
wearing the even season 1 outfit, like
Oh yeah, all the
Yeah.
way in TNG
Yeah.
they had the season
Yeah.
ones. in the back.
I love the theory that that's to help time travelers. So it's
Yeah.
really
I,
easy
How
to
does that help
figure
them?
I'm
out.
up for that because
Oh, there's the
like,
mix
Yeah.
of.
That's why that 170-year thing with Monster Maroon is like, we have to make this easier. They have to come
Yeah.
fix everything.
Well, that's
Bring
why
a
you have,
Monster
like,
Maroon
like,
to the
you have
Lost
Tilly.
Year.
So,
You have
yeah.
Tilly in this episode, and they're like, they fit a whole new wardrobe for her, and also give her the other comm badge and everything.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, she's in here, but she transferred to there, and now she's
Yeah.
got this other uniform and stuff. But it's
And there's so
just
many
like,
details in those things.
yeah,
Like, Aaron
uniforms
noticed
are
like
very detailed, and that was
the
fit
white
to her.
parts are
That was
like
fit to her. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure this is not the last we're seeing of her because you just gave her an entire
Yeah.
outfit for this
I mean,
series.
To be fair, they did say, at least press release wise, they've always said Mary Wiseman is in one episode of this season.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is funny because I remember like when the series was first announced, and maybe that was just my memory being a little.
They made
faded
it
at this
sound
point,
like they'd all be
Yeah.
in, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that she was going to be pretty involved. I thought I took that as a selling
they
point. like, we got
basically had
Mary
a
Wiseman.
pilot for this series in Discovery
right.
with
Yeah.
Tilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it made it kind of look like maybe she could do that. But I think there's more like
Someone
I don't know if
was
she
it-
wanted
and
to live in Toronto or
was
go
like a
back to
romance.
New York and
Yeah.
do theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say,
I
was
think
it
it was
was it
more to
a
do
Mary
with that.
Wiseman thing? Was it a
Yeah.
change in Paramount
And I-
direction?
If this is the case, I
Probably
cannot,
both.
Like, if this is the case, I cannot blame her. But this
Yeah. that's-
parts of the fandom have not always been very kind to her.
Also that.
So
It's
I
true,
can see her
but-
being like, do I want to be a series regular on this?
But
thing
she's
again?
such a theater person.
Yeah, and that's also
And
part
then-
of it too.
She's like, I've done 5
Shooting
seasons, I can do the
Discovery
concert
during the
over rest of my
pandemic
life if I
was
want.
a godsend to some because
Yeah.
I mean it sucked,
Yeah.
but you had to work.
Yeah.
Broadway wasn't on, and
Yeah.
so it was
She was like,
chaos.
I'm such a theater person. I'll come to your show, but we're doing our town.
So
I'm coming, but on my
It
terms.
worked really well
How-
though. It's like it's interesting. Like bringing that
Yeah.
in is it's a Star Trek. We talked about a million different things, and it's not because of ADHD necessarily. It's because it's a good Star Trek episode because it is
Yeah.
like brought up all of these interesting points of society and how they're processing trauma and just like and even nostalgia.
I think it also worked really well for the characters that are excited to see Tilly, and then like I'm also excited to see Tilly.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah. How many more episodes are left in this season?
2, I think, right?
2.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, is there
this
11?
This
eight?
is number 8, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's 2
Eight.
then. 9, 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Get us back
those
to
will
13
obviously be
episodes.
connected with the new Spraka
Yeah.
overall.
yeah.
Caleb's
Oh,
mom.
sure.
Great.
Tatiana
Is it
is
time for
coming
Tatiana
back.
Maslany to come back?
Yeah.
They've got to. I would say
I
I'm
need
a.
to see her to stand next to. Like, how much taller is Caleb than her? I'm so curious. I don't think he's that tall.
She's not as short as Holly Hunter, so
I need to figure out what giant that fathered Caleb.
That kind of adds to like this the thing of this episode though is because we know that we're probably going to get a penultimate and then finale, which
Yeah.
Right.
is generally what happens with 10 episode things, which is why this episode is going to hit even harder because that was the hey, we all bonded back as a group again, everything is good.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
Prepare for everything to go to hell.
Yeah.
Like,
Also,
things
I
are-
think it's interesting. Oh, sorry.
I was like, things are good. Don't worry. That won't last.
New Sprock
It's
is
like
going
the
to bring
cave
back the
episode
burn. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Not Burn Part
like-
2.
Lower
Yep,
deck.
Tarima will set it off.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. They'll kidnap Tarima to set it off.
Ugh.
The burn
Jesus.
weapon that New stole.
What I was about to mention though is I think it's interesting that I know they have the ship and they can do the training on the ship. I just find it interesting that they like that the fact that they do it. Like they could just also do the training in a holodeck. And like recreate a bridge on the holodeck, but like they actually go and have like a training mode for their actual starship bridge.
I don't. That makes
It's fun.
sense to me because, like, I am the trainer at work, and we do like a mock thing, and there's stuff they do not figure out, so they're like actually doing it. So like it makes sense
Yeah.
to be out in the environment.
Yeah.
Did you say you do a muck training?
I,
Oh,
I did not mean to say
okay.
that.
I'm just.
Is this the
changing
episode
it to
where
be
they
more
did the
Star Trek.
simulation? I can't remember if
Yep,
was this
it
or-
was.
Yeah, okay.
It's just
There's
it's way at the beginning, so
Right.
it doesn't really impact the rest. So you kind of be like,
Yeah.
which one was that? But no,
This is a
It's
random
just used as a
nostalgia
way
thing.
to basically be like, hey, no one's getting along.
Yeah.
Right. If you ever watch Space Camp, there's a scene that's like, oh, it's that scene. It's like everybody dies, and like,
Yeah.
well, I can't hear you because you're all dead. You know,
Yeah.
basically, it's like,
I haven't watched that for many years. But when you said
Yeah.
that, I was like, oh yeah, I do remember that scene. Yeah,
it was a little.
that
more
movie's
goofy.
fun.
But
I don't
that's
know
just
what you're
goofy.
talking
The question I
about.
had when they're all getting together at the end and they're like doing their thing. There's a lot of laughing. Like, there's nothing funny in this play. It's like there's not really. It must have been some sort of personal joke or something.
Maybe they were doing silly voices or
yeah, or something. 'Cause I'm
They
watching that,
listened
I'm
to
like,
the
wait,
2003 one with Paul Newman, and they're trying to figure out: is that a Maine accent?
Yeah.
Are they from Boston? They don't sound very New Hampshire.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, my theory is that everyone's trying to sound like Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Like,
I
was
did for
wondering
like
if
an
somebody
hour
had, like,
after
a-
I watched that movie. I think I annoyed Rachel and Aaron, but I didn't
was
mean to.
funny.
It just snuck out.
No, I just
I'm
I was
feeling
just
a little-
curious if
I'm
anybody
not
had,
feeling-
like, a thought on that.
I'm not feeling quite as bad that I couldn't make it to that watch party.
It was
Oh
fun.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
I do. Because there were parts that I kind of like, not like laugh. Like Our Town is not a comedy, but there were a couple things
No.
that I like laughed at.
There's
Yes.
Well, yeah. There's a
Yeah.
it'd
Rachel,
be a
that's 'cause you're
sad
a
play that
monster.
doesn't have a few jokes because I mean you need to really.
There's like the thing
Look,
about this.
occasionally
It's like
I have a dark sense of humor. I have been friends with Brandon for a decade, RC. Yeah.
it's like the sweater. It's like, well, if it was a snake, it would have bitten you by now, or whatever.
Yeah.
Line about the little girl who can't find anything. Well, like her ion mallet.
Yeah. Yeah,
It all comes back to
I
the mallet.
Just thought about that just now. Okay.
and some of it might be like, because like Genesis is like, if Genesis is like reading as like Caleb's mom, that will be inherently like silly and funny.
That's true.
Yeah. Some
In a
of it's like,
way.
Yeah. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Will
Or
the
the stuff
dad
is
will
just about-
appear in the next 2 episodes?
Yeah.
you need to chew slower, children. You got to grow up big and strong. Chew slower.
Yeah. Those.
The whole thing about eating slowly in the
Yeah.
play is very of its time, I'm sure. But
That
it's
character was
hilarious.
Jane Curtin
Yeah.
in the version
Yeah.
that we watched, so that was kind of fun. It just felt like Kate
Yes.
and Allie though, in times, waiting for them to yell upstairs and for the kids to come down.
There was so much yelling at the children upstairs in our town. Wow.
I
Come and
think
get your
also-
breakfast!
okay. If they were trying to do any of the like mimicking that our town traditionally does, where you're like pretending to eat, non-actors would be like, "This is so silly." Like, I cannot take this seriously.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
No, they did amazing. Like just
Yeah.
What is it? Space work. It just like,
Mm-hmm.
there were times where it's just like when he was getting like a pit out of when he did the cherry thing or whatever
Yeah.
in the
The ice cream
malt
sodas,
shop.
yeah, that
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
just like
really
I can see
good.
that, and it didn't even need to have any kind of like explanation. It was like, wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
There's
Straw
nothing there.
manipulation in the malt
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
I
Yeah,
was
that
gonna
was
say, like, we were watching that. There was a PBS version that was filmed, and so it was like close because it was like close. I was like, people were doing that, and most people in that theater could not tell how like intricate they were getting with that.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
Be too far away unless they have
Yeah.
big screens to like.
I mean,
Yeah.
most Broadway theaters do not have screens unless.
Yeah.
That's true.
I would
Well,
say
it's
unless
kind of like
something where
that kind of
they
art
need
you generally
subtitles.
appreciate,
Yeah.
just in general. Like I had a whole thing of like Doug Jones did like a mime book.
okay.
And like it was one of the first things. Like he gifted it to me at one point when like excerpt when he right before he actually released the whole book, and like just kind of going through like the intricacies of that. And that's like kind of like the art where even now like I see like there's a viral video of like this person like these group of people that's supposed to live with a mime, and they're also doing the miming stuff. And it was like that's actually pretty hard to do it intricately, and so you have to really be thinking about it and
Yeah.
like the stuff that you're doing, and because you don't have something, there's no weight. Like there's no object weight that you can really.
It's
do
all
to
details.
kinda
Yeah.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I'm trying to think. I was like, is there anything we've missed from the episode?
Let's see.
I really liked Occam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Occam was great. I like her. I like Tilly being like, no, Occam can tell what's going on. He's the stage manager. He sees all.
Yeah. And then at the end, he's just like, "Screw you, we're doing the play."
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "No," and then yeah,
He's
they're-
like, I memorize so much of this fucking thing. We're doing this. Like,
We're not gonna drop it.
yeah. Because the stage manager is a lot of like memorizing speeches. Because there's a lot of you're just talking to the audience.
yeah.
Not even like playing off another actor.
Because he
And having
comes and
dialogue.
because he not just
Yeah.
that character. He comes. He's the preacher at the wedding, and
He like this was like Aaron played a couple clips of the Frank Sinatra one to show us how weird it was, but like in the actual play, the stage manager will just join a scene and it trusts the audience understands that he's coming in to play a character. And in the Frank Sinatra one, he was like,
Yeah.
by the way, I'm playing the minister in this thing. Like, and they're like, yeah,
because it was for TV in the
yeah.
50s. It
I
was
like, I
it
could have
was
figured that
weirdly.
out, Frank. I'm fine. Like,
It's fine. We'll
You're
fix
all
all that in
members
our
of the
town
Rat Pack.
series.
yeah. It is really. I like that Aaron is like disappearing into the ladders.
Sorry, I'm trying to feed my cat really quickly, very subtly. Did not.
Yeah. I think it's because of the background. You're fading into it.
Oh, speaking of like disappearing and going off randomly, Drunk Terima
Yeah,
is just
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that's a performance.
high class. It's
That's-
so
that's-
good.
That's something we don't
Yeah.
get to see
Yeah.
from that actress, and I always appreciate like actors
Yeah.
and actresses doing a good drunk performance. Like,
It's
it
hard.
it hits it because yeah, that particular kind of, I mean, the writing was good too, but her performance leads you to a space that you don't see in media very much,
yeah.
you know, because she's laughing and having fun, but you see the dark undertones of why she got drunk and is trying to process traumatic stuff, and then she does that stuff. Like, I wrote some other stuff down we did talk about, like, you just like, she accuses Caleb of just trying to be with her because she's the abyss. So he can touch it and run away and say he's touched, madness and monsters. And it's just kind of like, wow. That was good. And then, of course, her old-timey cowboy walk or whatever Caleb says
Yeah.
too. That was
The walk up,
And it
that
looked
was
like
Yeah.
it too.
Okay, you're
And then that part where she spins and sits down rather than
Yeah.
falls, that I've seen that in real life. I've probably done that too. But that's why I'm sitting on the
Realize
couch.
that my mic gives me the same glow as that she has on her with her neural inhibitor.
well.
Oh, my mic does too. Except it's so bright that I have a piece of tape over it
Yeah, I should probably.
because it's like
I
blind.
kind of
me.
appreciate that she cuts on it even drunk. hinted at the thing that she saw with what was going on with Caleb, and then she's like, "Oh no, that's not what. Like, I'm mad at you because you look like someone that I used to
Yeah.
know. Like, not that like I think Caleb might be in love with you, like,
This girl got stuck
Totally
in the
subtle.
tube slide. That's it.
because I sense emotions and I was feeling that at one point, like, and didn't tell you.
Rachel-
I'm not a mind reader, and then it's like
Send your tape to Tarima. She hasn't figured that part out yet to tape the.
Yeah, you
like,
had to
that's
tape it over the.
Yeah. She thinks it should be so much easier if you
Yeah,
didn't
she
have
did
the.
the gaffer tape from the set. I don't
That
know.
would drive me crazy, though. I would not be able to sleep with it.
Yeah.
It didn't turn red though, so it is different. Because before it would have turned red with the old one with the
Oh, that's
scenes
right,
with
yeah.
Caleb.
Yeah.
For sure, because it was very emotional, even if she's drunk,
That
I did have a
or maybe
Okay.
especially because she's drunk.
That must be
but
such a weird dorm room for Genesis. Tarima has a nightlight trapped to her life. Sam doesn't.
Genesis
sleep.
has a full on
just
like
Yeah.
what is it? The jujitsu
sleep
with the
mask?
blind thing. She's got
Like,
one of those
yeah.
helmets now.
She
around-
probably-
Oh, Ambujitsu?
Yeah.
I know. I just said it last night and I can't remember.
I definitely had a thought at one point when in the drunk Tarima scene though of like, if we think of the neural inhibitor like medicine, I was like, can you drink with that?
He asks that, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he
Does he?
does.
Oh,
He
okay.
does. He asks, "Should you be drinking on that?" And then she's like, starts talking about. That's when she starts talking about what it is. Like drinking.
It makes you a cheap drunk. It's
Yeah.
like you're already there. That's not true.
I thought she was going to say that, like, it just filters it. Like, I can drink as much as I want. It doesn't do anything,
Yeah.
kind of it. Like,
I also appreciate that they-
they even brought that up and brought the quick explanation because it kind of reminded me like when we had like drunk Flash and the Flash where it's like
Yeah.
Cisco's like, oh, Cisco made this and now I can get
Yeah.
drunk. You know, it
Yeah.
kind of had that kind of feeling where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is by the way why I can get drunk like this.
Yeah.
Well, and then they also nerfed her. They're like you can't pull that move again.
Yeah.
You know.
Jill, I don't think inhibitor wasn't what hurt her last time. She pulled it out and then like did an insane thing. With
Yeah,
her mind.
they said less
Yeah,
invasive, so
Yeah.
because it looked like it hit her spine almost. Because I
Yeah.
didn't
before,
know
it
it
was
would
like,
be
that
that
was
big.
a really long. Like,
Yeah, so it was like either to her brain or spine. So now it's probably just like a regular Star
Well,
Trek
Yeah.
glued to your skin, like everything else in Star Trek. It's just like
I
we'll
mean,
just glue this to your forehead.
I was
and it's
assuming
fine.
maybe that's like she got that as a child and now there's like better technology.
Right.
Yeah,
Like-
and
Like my
the
pacemaker
Federation
was-
technology because before Beta Z was isolated, and
Yeah.
so they could have gotten some little better stuff
At
now.
some point.
Right.
Like no, I know someone who's diabetic. It's interesting seeing like what she uses changing.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll turn into that similar thing that Phlox used all the way back in Enterprise to put everyone to sleep. They just put on their forehead.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like it's the same. This is technology just enhanced now.
Or the little glowing lights you put on Chekhov's head instead of drilling a hole in his brain.
Jill, that is a great question. I don't know. Like if
I think
like,
it's that. Like
They don't know.
I think
Well, I mean,
yeah.
medicine is always like you probably shouldn't do that. They
Yeah.
don't know. You could
Yeah.
die, but she
Yeah.
could have died the first time.
Yeah, I think it's more that like this is a risk that you shouldn't try twice, given that the last time put you into a coma. And I think
In 2
narrative-
episodes,
but-
we'll see. I bet.
Yeah.
right. I was gonna say narratively though, I feel like that's also saying you might have to. You know, it's your ripcord in the worst case scenario. Or they might save that for like another season or so.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's like Noose wants her to start the burn. Will she kill Noose instead?
Yeah.
Or maybe Caleb's mom she might kill. We'll find out soon. Because she's the head pirate queen, everyone. You know it.
got it.
I
Again,
have
that's her
zero
clone,
interest in that
Joel.
plot line. I know this is horrible, but it's just
Yeah.
like, if they just excise that.
Well,
out
we
of-
saw hardly any of her, is the thing. It's
Yeah.
all
No,
just.
no, I know. But I mean, just that whole, over the top villain
Yeah.
thing. It's just like, okay, we've done that 1,900 times now recently. It's like, ow. Sorry, my cat bit me.
Your cat
Your
disagrees with
cat
your
loves
opinion.
pirates, as
disagrees
all
with me
cats
a
do. Cats
Cat-
love piracy.
Lex says like I want to see Tatiana Maslany. She deserved that Emmy. Like
Yeah.
No, but it's just like, that's just me. Like, when they had what's her face in Picard, it was just like,
yeah.
literally, if you watch that and then you watch the supposed over the top pretend Vindicta from Lord X, it's like
Yeah.
she isn't actually worse than that. She's like more,
No, not really.
like, she's a little bit more believable, honestly.
I
So that's why I think it's
what
just like they
like
didn't have
about
to do that
in this show is that everyone, it's like in the universe, everyone is like, this guy's a dick.
Yeah, that is true. That
like,
is that.
this
yeah.
guy's annoying and an asshole.
You don't
That is a
tell
positive.
sociopaths personal info.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
was
That is actually
Not-
somebody
Yes,
finally
Aki,
said that.
yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Not to take us back an episode or two, but like,
can.
man, I loved when Vance said like, "Oh, if it were up to me, we'd punch you," and he just steps up to him. He's like, he's like, "Do it, you won't."
name the place. Yeah.
Also, he's a hologram.
I was like, I'm not here. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, we're on a video call, dude.
I don't know. Have we established that video call can't punch you?
Oh, that's true. It could be a
Ooh.
solid.
Hol-
hologram.
can see
Holograms
that.
can punch people.
Yeah.
Some, yeah.
Oh, speaking
But-
like that, actually, we kind of learned a little
Delete
bit
the
about
fist. Oh no, Janeway, you did it.
with Sam. It's like, okay, she has some sort of like, she's basically a mobile
Yes,
emitter.
they showed.
Like,
yes,
yeah.
Yeah, so we now
it got
know what
lost
that-
in all the
yeah.
emotions of this episode, but yeah,
Yeah.
they showed that.
Yeah, it was interesting. It almost looked like a conch shell or something like that. It had like kind of like organic sort of
Yeah,
feel to it. And when she was glitching, she looked a lot like Tron.
yeah.
It actually
It looked very
the
80s,
closest
like,
thing I could think of is it reminded me of
over
that
film.
little like a holographic thing that Rimmer has from Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed to be like a little
Basically,
thing
he
that
has an
expands
emitter.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's like inside of them. Like that's what
Yep.
it kind of felt like. It's like, okay, it's not
Yeah.
like a emitter like it's like, oh, you put it on your arm. It's more, yeah, this is your core.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah. Does anyone have any last second things to say? 'Cause I believe the salon is about to start.
they started on time last week. I had no idea if we went over because I assumed they would.
Oh, I haven't opened it. I think they started like.
Oh my God, Steve,
On time.
Trev, you guys, you're on time. Oh, you guys are you're so
So
professional.
proud.
I did post a side by side with the Tron thing. It was like,
Oh, let me pull that up.
Put that up. Yeah,
yeah.
because we fight for the users here at Tex-Trek.
We also discovered that the stairs look like Cylons. The
They
Cylon
do.
head.
Oh, yeah.
That was so
Oh,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wait, is that a Cylon? I don't know why I never saw it until then.
By your command. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts about the episode for you?
I enjoyed it.
Yep.
It's too bad that it's only two left.
I want to
It's
go back
blink-
in time and like tell myself that was performing Our Town that like, hey, you think this might not be too relevant, but in the future it's going to be in a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
And you'll suddenly
Also-
be the expert because you
Yeah.
in it.
Also, there's a series of events that are going to occur. You have to stop them.
Yeah, it was exactly.
No, it'll be funny. I'll skip all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
course.
like all the terrible stuff that happened to you, plus the time since I graduated high school. Oh, don't worry about any of that. I can't tell you. But one thing I can tell you, to not change the timeline. This will be important in Star Trek.
Yeah.
And something's got to be done about your kids. Wait, no, that's the wrong
Like,
one.
right.
Different franchise. But I too, yeah, I think we covered everything I wanted to. We got from drop toothbrushes to people, being both the opposite and basically the dead from Our Town. And thankfully, this episode didn't go into everyone should be married like Our Town does, and
Yeah.
everyone needs to be 2x2. And like,
Yeah.
I've never heard anything say 2x2 that much than Our Town.
Weirdly, Wilder never married.
But he desperately wanted it. I mean, I don't blame him. But it's fine to want to be married, but
He was a
Yeah.
broken man. Yeah.
he's married to the dead. Wait, that's not true. But okay, did we cover anyone else need?
I would say I love this episode. It let my inner theater kid like out and like let me be a little bit more the analytical side of my theater kid as opposed to being like I love musicals.
Yeah.
Wait, so you have an
Thankfully, it was
inner
not the
theater kid?
musical Our Town.
Yeah.
And I do like that they answered the questions like how important was his holographic family, because
Yeah.
you watch it at the time, like it's not the kind of 90s didn't do things where they're
Voyager reset the next day at
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
So
So you're like, okay, it didn't mean anything. I don't know. Like they used to pick and choose when it does. So it's like that was
Yeah.
cool. It was very like not what I expected for them to pull from.
no, this is great because it's pulling and using the history
Yeah.
of the Doctor rather than being
Yeah.
like some
remember this
obnoxious
time?
thing. This is
I-
using
that-
the past.
Episode really affected me, real life, the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
And so as soon as they brought Belle up, burst into tears. I was like, oh no.
I'm re-traumatized. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did watch that too recently. So,
Everyone
yeah,
want
it
to
hits.
go around say where people can find you on the internet?
Okay, I am, let's hear, I am Valis on Twitter, and then I'm also Valis on 10forward.social, one of the Trek mastodons, and Valisock, the last name thing here, on Letterboxd, where you can read the reviews of I do for movies, which I've just been watching Star Trek now, so I haven't been watching movies, but Aaron, where can we find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky and Twitter, not Twitter, Instagram.
Formerly, in the
Geek,
past.
yes. Well, I'm still there, but I haven't posted in a very long time.
Well, yeah.
But if you want to see some of my recent artwork, this just came out a couple of weeks ago, Star Trek Adventures. I did a drawing in there of the animated series. It's the first adult Brickar, I think, that we've seen in, well, it's not on a book cover, basically. So that was kind of fun. And I've got another set coming out at whatever the book is. I don't know. They haven't told me what it's called. So yeah, you can find my artwork in there. Recently.
And yeah, you can find me all around the internet at RC Byler, or you can find me at Mayhemcast, which is Masks and Mayhem, the show that I do with Rachel.
And you can also find me at Jason M. Bray practically everywhere on the internet, and also mostly on TikTok, where on Tuesdays I do Tokusatsu Tuesdays, where we basically watch the latest episode of the latest Kamen Rider, along with the episodes of Geats with Rachel as well, and that's getting rather intense right now, so like, we're having fun.
It's good. I just invite everyone I do stuff with here. That way I don't have to plug anything. I'm Rachel Drabadork 884 around the internet. Like I said, I'm also on Jason's Live, especially on Tuesdays. I'm on Masks of Mayhem. We play Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition. We just did we're doing live streams right now using 4th edition, which has a Kickstarter going on right now. And
if you love superheroes and RPGs, you should back
it. Live long and prosper, everyone.
Go watch The Salon.
Yes, go watch The Salon.
Thanks for watching our Starfleet Academy first reaction stream for this week. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow and every Friday at our new time of 5 p.m. Central for our main podcast show and weekly deep dive discussions on new Starfleet Academy episodes. And until next time, as always, live long and prosper, y'all.